Welcome to Maple Leaf Numismatics. Today, we're exploring the rich history of Canada's small 1-cent coin, spanning nearly a century from 1920 to 2012. We'll discuss the coin's design, composition, notable varieties, and how these changes reflect Canada's evolving identity. Let's get started on this journey through Canada's smallest but historically rich denomination. In 1920, Canada introduced a smaller 1-cent coin, a change driven by the need to reduce costs and make the coin more practical for everyday use. The new cent measured 19.05 millimeters in diameter, weighed 3.24 grams, and was made of 95.5% copper, with the remaining 4.5% composed of tin and zinc. This shift represented a significant departure from the larger cent that had been in circulation since 1858. The obverse featured an effigy of King George V, designed by Sir Edgar Bertram Mackennal, with the inscription Georgives Vide Gr. Rex et Indi, IMP, meaning George V, by the grace of God, King and Emperor of India. On the reverse, the design changed dramatically. The former serpentine arrangement of 16 maple leaves within a beaded circle was replaced with a simpler image of 2 maple leaves, without the usual rim denticles or beads. This new design, created by Fred Lewis, symbolized Canadian identity and the nation's natural beauty. The early small cents issued under King George V are among the most historic in Canadian coinage. One of the rarest Canadian pennies is the 1936 dot. Following King George V's death in early 1936, a small number of 1-cent coins with a tiny dot below the date were struck. This dot was meant to signify that the coin was produced during a transitional period before the effigy of Edward VIII could be completed. Only 3 known examples of the 1936 dot cent exist, making it one of Canada's rarest and most valuable coins. Depending on its condition, these coins can sell for over $400,000 at auction. Another valuable coin from this period is the 1922 cent, noted for its low mintage of only 1,243,635, making it one of the scarcest small cents in circulated grades. The value of the 1922 cent can range from $10 to $125 for circulated examples, while high-grade coins may command up to $10,000. When King George VI ascended the throne, a new effigy, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, appeared on Canadian coins beginning in 1937. The reverse design was also updated. As part of an effort to modernize Canada's coins, G. Kruger Gray created the maple leaf twig design. His initials appear on the right. In this period, the cent weighed 3.24 grams and was still composed primarily of copper. One interesting variety from this period is the 1949 A-to-dentical penny, where the letter A in Grazia on the obverse aligns directly above a denticle rather than between 2 denticles. This variety is moderately scarce, with circulated examples valued between $5 and $40 and an MS 66 example selling for $13,192.46 at auction. When Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne, coins featured a new obverse design by artist Mary Gillick, which portrayed the Queen as a young woman, without a crown, reflecting a modern approach. The reverse design remained the maple twig and leaves until the penny's last year. The composition stayed copper until 1996. One notable example from this period is the 1955 no-shoulder fold variety, which was released in limited numbers. This variety lacks the shoulder folds visible on most 1955 cents, making it particularly sought after. The easiest way to differentiate these varieties is by looking at the eye of DI. On shoulder fold coins, the eye is without serif, but with serif on the no-shoulder fold coins. Circulated examples start at $137 for a VG8 and up to $490 for an AU55, with uncirculated examples selling for up to $5,800 at auction. To celebrate Canada's centennial in 1967, the Royal Canadian Mint issued a special series of commemorative coins, including the 1-cent coin featuring a unique design by artist Alex Colville. The reverse shows a rock dove in flight, symbolizing peace and freedom, while the obverse features Arnold Mackin's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Over the years, Queen Elizabeth's portrait on the obverse continued to change. A new design by Arnold Machin and Thomas Ingalls was introduced in 1965 to show more mature portrait of the Queen. The new effigy shows her wearing a diamond tiara instead of a laurel wreath. In 1990, a new obverse designed by Dora de Petrie Hunt and a Go Errand was created in showing the Queen wearing a diamond diadem and jewelry. And finally, during the 2003 production run, the obverse was changed to feature a new, more mature-looking effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt and Susan Taylor. By the 1990s, the 1-cent coin's production declined due to inflation, rising production costs, and the shift to electronic payments. Despite this, the Royal Canadian Mint continued to produce pennies in smaller numbers. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, the penny's design remained unchanged, featuring Queen Elizabeth's portrait on the obverse and 2 maple leaves on the reverse. The final penny was minted on May 4, 2012 at the Royal Canadian Mint in Winnipeg, marking the end of production due to the coin's rising cost and diminishing value. These last pennies, featuring the 2003 portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and Fred Lewis's maple leaf design, are now prized by collectors as a symbol of the end of an era in Canada's currency. Thank you for joining us at Maple Leaf Numismatics as we explored the history of Canada's 1 cent. From its debut in 1920 to its final issue in 2012, each coin reflects changes in design, history, and culture. We hope you enjoyed this journey through Canada's 1 cent legacy.